ConocoPhillips is the operator of the Bayu-Undan joint venture project, located in the Joint Petroleum Development Area in the Timor Sea. The other joint venture participants include Santos, Inpex, Eni, Tokyo Electric Power Company and Tokyo Gas. The Bayu-Undan field was discovered in 1995. It's 25 kilometres long and 12 kilometres wide and is located approximately 250 kilometres southeast of Timor-Leste and 500 kilometres northwest of Darwin, Australia. Over the past 10 years, we've had the privilege of developing the Bayu-Undan project together with the governments of Timor-Leste and Australia. Beyond the project's significant economic impact, we've worked cooperatively with our stakeholders to develop sustainable economic and community initiatives that will contribute to the continued growth of a strong, resilient nation. Together, we're on a rewarding journey to contribute to a brighter future.
The Bayu-Undan project has been an important project in helping Timor-Leste transition from a new country into a financially independent country that will thrive in the Asia-Pacific region. The project has specifically hired a number of Timorese, and then we've done a lot of corporate social responsibility projects to further get out in the community and to further diversify the economy of this developing nation.
Since our activities in the Timor Sea first began, we've been developing training programs to prepare local trainees for employment in the dynamic and technically challenging oil and gas industry. As a result, there are over 200 Timor-Leste nationals currently in training or employed on the Bayu-Undan project as either ConocoPhillips employees or contractors. In the future, we hope to see this number grow.
Working with Conoco is very helpful, especially with looking after wife and kids and family members also. I built my house and I put my kids in schools. My mom and dad said they are very proud.
Our investment in training and development not only provides a pathway to employment through the Bayu-Undan project, but also opportunities in the broader petroleum sector and to financially secure career paths worldwide.
I'm feeling very lucky to join with this company, especially the ConocoPhillips, because I can improve my career and I can implement what I studied from the university as well.
The presence of the company in Timor is very important to increase the knowledge, the technical knowledge of the people, because now that we are going to have the company engineering department in Timor, this is very helpful for engineers.
We take pride in forging relationships that aren't limited to our performance as an oil and gas producer, so we can make a lasting contribution in Timor-Leste. The Bayu-Undan joint venture supports many sustainable community programs with a focus on health and educational initiatives. USAID and the Bayu-Undan joint venture are revitalising farming communities in Ailu by helping local farmers operate sustainable businesses. The greenhouse project is part of a larger USAID horticultural value chain program and began in late 2010 as little more than a rural vegetable patch. Farmers were trained in modern farming techniques and greenhouses and irrigation systems were built in the communities of Suko Saran and Suko Lurai. The program provided farmers with training in fruit and vegetable production and sales and marketing to enable them to sell their produce to local buyers.
So the Bayu-Undan joint venture has provided funding for us to establish the greenhouses and has again provided a second tranche of funding that will allow us to expand our activities to 150 new farmers and to 5 new communities. Since transportation and road conditions in East Timor are terrible and very expensive For the farmers to know that a consistent buyer will be arriving to purchase their product is extremely important. On a community level, we have seen farmers start to work together to improve aspects of their community that go even beyond their horticulture activities. For example, in one community, since the farmers know the truck needs to arrive to buy their produce, they got together and actually repaired a bridge so that the truck could continue to come and purchase their produce.
Kombara uluk lah nesan ho nikrobu tamahendak kombara moda uluk maskuda moda mai be different lah nesan dak atau organisasi hau ho nikrobu sira atau kuda moda dia kelautan cycle lari dia atau nune emang hoto bel hakara kamne moda dia futuro ida makane sana ami heta nosan labela estraka tengi selu wamba escola ne futuro ida mane futuro ida mos labela estraka tengi halauma ne futuro auruane.
There's a really bright future for horticulture farmers in East Timor. Right now, we are meeting only half the demand of our one buyer. And so as we're able to expand and add new buyers to our program, there's an almost unlimited potential for farmers to make money from growing vegetables.
The project reached more than 350 farmers and has helped contribute to sustainable community development. Farmers have improved the quality of their farms and homes, increased their incomes, and now they're contributing to community activities that benefit their entire villages.
Ya greenhouse am servisa ne sansuno hari kulit. Ulu moris ladun diak. Sa umamos ami uja picudet. Ami label sosa motor, me ve agora o programa ida ne am contente tebes bele sosa motor.
We have also joined with St John of God Outreach Services to deliver the Nursing Development Program in Dili National Hospital. The Timor-Leste government and St John of God Outreach Services established the program in 2009 and aims to decrease mortality and morbidity among patients treated in Timor-Leste's public hospital.
St John of God Healthcare's involvement in Dili is that we have a nursing development program which is working with the nurses here in Dili Hospital, providing education and training for them, helping them develop policy and procedure, enhancing their professionalism and capacity building their skills and techniques. Medication safety, so checking the drug and the patient and the dose. ConocoPhillips have been supporting us to send nurses to our overseas hospitals in Australia where they can undertake training and education and see how hospitals in Australia operate. We then ensure that those nurses who go on these trips bring their skills back and implement training and education to their colleagues in their ward and provide education to them and make improvements that they see they can apply in their ward from what they have learnt overseas.
Depois tuiro tutia, hasil uine amai, depois ami halo implementação, halo apresentação, ia for educação ba colega, chefe enfermaria, depois for educação ba colega todo.
So with the nurses, they are much more willing to complete documentation on their patients. They are aware of recording of observations. What now we're noticing that they are doing the observations as they've been shown and taught how to. They're using equipment we have provided for them, such as stethoscopes and watches and machinery to do blood pressures and temperature. So they're making greater use of their skills in their patient care.
Asrin ajuda capaz los durante ne masira me suporta makasia dili amine pediatric ne mama sira yatinan atuba ruana sira suporta makas equipamento dalam me foi equipamento depois íamos tratamento lanço para paciente evitamos belehare sira ne serviço ne man capaz.
We're preparing for a hospital-wide basic life support education. So that will involve up to 400 nurses within the hospital and some from the district hospitals. This program is supported by ConocoPhillips, and it's a huge event. It's the first of its kind. There's never been any competency testing or let alone training in basic life support. So at the completion of this, every nurse in the hospital will have the skills to equip them to resuscitate a patient.
As a nurse, we need practice, we need skill. What we gain from skill, we do it in our practice. But if we don't know, how can we practice it? People, if you do wrong thing and he will die, they will die. So we need strong education, good training for us, and St. John of God provided for us.
We support a number of youth educational programs in Timor-Leste because we believe every individual deserves the chance to shine, no matter what their circumstances. The Fulbright CERN Scholarship allows up to 20 talented Timorese students to pursue postgraduate studies in oil and gas-related areas in the United States. Each scholarship is valued at up to $60,000 per year.
They have sent me to USA to do further education. I think that's really amazing. In America, I want to learn because you know that American is very high technology in exploring the mineral. I can learn a new software and new method of finding the mineral. Really, really exciting for me and for my family also.
We also support the Alola Foundation's Education and Literacy program. We've invested in major projects, including the refurbishment of an education resource centre in Baladi, the translation of books into local languages, and the provision of classroom materials to assist in both teaching and learning.
Over the 3 years, ConocoPhillips support our education and literacy program in 3 main activities. One is a teacher training, the second one is establishment of education resource center and resources development. Today we launched a new children's music CD. And we are going to distribute for 120 schools. Also, that will distribute along with the CD player. So the children and also teacher can use that for the teaching and learning process in the schools. As a part of early childhood development, one of the important things that we need to train our teacher is how to use resources and also how to animate classroom. We want to encourage parents' involvement in early literacy development because in Timor, reading is not popular. So that's why to involve parents in the beginning, that's very important so that they can continue to help the children at home. Even like just how to hold the book in here. Just sometimes they read like this and the children sit in the front, but the one that we try to encourage them to use is how to hold the book and read the story, and the children can participate.
In addition to its role as operator of the Bayu-Undan project, ConocoPhillips, in its own capacity, has built relationships with the community by delivering grassroots programs alongside non-government organisations and supporting initiatives that meet local community needs. ConocoPhillips' community investment program in Australia and Timor-Leste focuses on education, health, environment and community and arts programs. Tour de Timor is a 600-kilometre bike ride through challenging and mountainous terrain that promotes peace, encourages cross-cultural exchange and fosters national pride. ConocoPhillips employees take part in the ride each year and fundraise for Timorese charities and organisations. In recent years, employees have raised thousands of dollars for orphanages in Suai and Bidau, with ConocoPhillips matching all donations.
ConocoPhillips has been one of the most generous, sensitive, understanding the need to support this kind of events in its social, humanitarian and peacemaking dimension.
And a major part of this program, as well as the Dili Marathon, has been to create new role models. Every year, thanks to Conoco, we've been able to give more and more bikes to Timorese riders. This year, over 100 riders have new bikes, new helmets and the full equipment, so they can look and feel as professional athletes as they ride aside some of the world's best athletes.
I feel like, oh yes, I did it. I mean, I just like to be at the finish line. That is my dream, the top 10, so I feel like very proud of it. Especially this year we go to the border and Indonesia, which is really good because we can show the international people that between us, Indonesia and Timor are, we have a good relationship.
Year after year, we see becoming better organized, more success, more Timorese participation. We started in 2009 with only 24 Timorese participating, now over 100.
It doesn't stop at just the tour. It goes so much further than that and it means so much more than that, and this tour is so much about peace and crossing the border into Indonesia, and yeah, so I think that not only help out the women's jersey but the community in general. I think a lot of people don't know how far that stretches.
ConocoPhillips supports the important life-saving work of the Alola Foundation. The Foundation's maternal and child health program aims to reduce infant and maternal mortality in Timor-Leste by offering educational resources and by developing a community support network for expectant mothers. Women are encouraged to attend antenatal checkups and deliver their babies at a health clinic to contribute to their well-being.
In this program, ConocoPhillips to support Alola to establish community health volunteers to work on raising community awareness on importance of newborn care and safe motherhood program.
Before we entered the district or the villages, there was no exclusive breastfeeding at all. And then we identified that there were poor feeding practice. After the ConocoPhillips support the program, like in Likisa, we see that all those babies are healthier. We teach the volunteers and then they teach the council mothers and caregivers about proper feeding practice. And then now, after 2-3 years, we did some competition, like healthy baby contest, to really improve the health of the mother and children.
Hansang program ini tamah sukune am hari hansang bebe serna saudi ni dia. Nebe dene am hari kata diak ba bebe serne be diak ba bebe serne putu.
The children are the future for the country. So by improving the health of the kids, the children, the babies, I think good generation there will be. So to support, to continue to develop the country. Yeah.
In 2008, ConocoPhillips and the non-government organisation, Santalum, joined together to deliver a reforestation project.
Pronto, ami consegue realiza nesse fim parado dia também problema de orçamento. Aspecto ecologia itare kata ho azudus nebe mais ConocoPhillips nebel hadia ona estragos florestas Timor. E hodi nune bele ba ueng sa itan ambiente ne bele diak. Husi aspecto economi temporariamente ConocoPhillips bele hamuris netik ami sinabe serviço liusi nia projeto dare. Também itare kata Timor sana saung fong ida campo de trabalho mos ki tebes também dane maka presença projeto ConocoPhillips ne bele ajuda ona ami. E a minha paciência selo maka a minha recataca so yang katakan Israel floresta Timor de bote tebes sira selo também nem maka a minha paciência a minha tem que a minha o ensame minha envolvimento e a desenvolvimento floresta além de dane a minha background estudo mas floresta nu dari Timor uang, ami hona dever moral atau hadiah rai tane.
Servisiane hasa taumatan det wa aye malavel tai malavel suno ahi lu to be dada ne mala sobo he makne det. Nefta taumatan para aine timbot kala toy ma the so tengan label. Ne te he par toy ne bot. Bahera tin treba governo se me aventane o se insoidene ne servicio ne timbaoi. Bahera tin treba governo se te respiar.
Ai uang ne total ami kura liu te ona 15.000. Agora, quando a be ami rola be se companhia na be que bele fambe. E depois de ami prepara tanque buat cerne be ense ami mos buka ema serviço nain para bele rega. Lorong ida ema rega dalam rua deder holokrai. E ami selo tir proposta na be que ConocoPhillips aprova ba ami.
ConocoPhillips and Santalum embarked on a second phase, where a further 3,000 seedlings were planted along a flat coastal area at the base of the original site. Santalum's staff and volunteers continue to care for the plants on a daily basis, ensuring they grow into strong, healthy trees. We recognise that what can be achieved through collaboration is far greater than what we can achieve on our own. By working with all our stakeholders in Timor-Leste, we hope to continue to contribute to the economic and community development of this strong and robust nation. We hope the legacy of the Bayu-Undan project will be an inspiring demonstration of what can be achieved through a commitment to developing together.